The National Health Insurance Authority says work is being done on providing back pay to those providers that provide essential services for residents in the country. Stay tuned with Our News Tonight for more details.
Plus, a man on bail for 3 murders and 2 attempted murders missed 90 court-ordered check-ins between January 5th and July 3rd, landing him back in jail. And the public and private sectors partnering for a disaster management workshop on Grants, Bahama. We'll tell you the proactive steps they're taking for hurricane season. And then in our news at 7:30, our Chinasa Outen joins us live with the latest on the Davis administration's headway on the country's medical cannabis industry. We have the details for these stories and so much more as our News Live at 7 starts now. Our News Live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. The National Health Insurance Authority is admitting tonight that while it has struggled to keep up with payments to physicians, it is working toward a solution. The issue comes after months of complaints from doctors who held press conferences and even wrote to Prime Minister Philip Davis seeking his intervention. But during a media mix and mingle event today, the authority's chief executive officer told reporters the agency is taking the necessary steps to address the problem. Our Joshua Williams tells us more.
The National Health Insurance Authority says it's making steady progress in paying hundreds of healthcare workers enrolled in the program. Providers within the National Health Insurance Authority have long raised concerns about delayed payments to doctors and other healthcare professionals delivering service under the NHI scheme. Back in March, Prime Minister Philip Davis acknowledged that there was, quote, always some glitch in the bureaucratic process, adding that he didn't know what was causing the delays. At the time, the Physicians Providers Association sent a letter requesting a meeting with the Prime Minister to discuss late payments, policy changes, operational inconsistencies, and the sustainability of the NHI framework. Now, months later, the authority's chief executive officer admits the increase in benefactors and providers has put a strain on the system, saying their growth has not kept up the pace with NHI's resources.
And if you look at programs like this throughout the region and throughout the world, this model really is an outlier and it's not sustainable. And so that has caused us to have some challenges in terms of meeting our obligations in a timely manner. What we are working on is trying to diversify our funding as much as possible. We have been communicating with our providers and our vendors directly regarding any delays and a payment schedule. And so that gives you a broader context.
But physicians insisted they wanted immediate answers. During several press conferences, they even raised the possibility of withholding care and services from patients enrolled in the NHI program. However, Butler says clear and direct communication prevents that.
We communicate with our providers directly because they are contracted with the authorities. They're vendors of the authority. So we communicate with them directly. We also have communication or a direct partnership with the Medical Association of the Bahamas. So the Medical Association of the Bahamas holds a seat on the NHI board.
And the authority says it's also important to note that this is a government-subsidized program and that challenges may present themselves sometimes.
What I really want to underscore is the need for us to diversify funding for this program because it is so important. And when it is that we are adequately resources, we can meet our commitments to all of our vendors.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Thanks so much, Josh. Well, the back and forth over who's responsible for the state of the power grid showing no sign of ending. Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Fred Mitchell, issuing a statement today to fire back at the Free National Movement and its leader, Michael Paintard, as well as members of the press. Paintard had accused the Davis administration of shifting blame instead of fixing the country's electricity crisis, describing previous PLP statements blaming former F&M administrations as misleading. But Mitchell is accusing the F&M of worsening the situation, asserting that their public comments will not resolve the issue. The PLP chairman also says the opposition's remarks undermine the efforts of the professionals involved and heighten anxiety amongst residents. He also claimed the problems at Bahamas Power and Light were not addressed during the Minutes administration between 2017 and 2021. A man accused of committing more crimes while awaiting trial for 3 murders and 2 attempted murders has been jailed for 4 years for failing to comply with the conditions of bail. 32-year-old Hartman Roll was supposed to check in at the Paradise Island police station 3 times a week while on bail for 3 murders and 2 attempted murders. Roll missed 90 court-ordered check-ins between January 5th and July 31st. What's more, prosecutors allege that Roll is responsible for the attempted murders of Tyrone Neely and Amelia Charlton on August 2nd. The following day, police officers allegedly found Roll with 2 assault rifles and 38 rounds of ammunition. Roll pleaded guilty to violating his bail conditions and denied the firearms and ammunition charges when he appeared before Magistrate Abigail Farrington. He was not asked to enter a plea to the attempted murder charges. Roll returns to court on November 12th. The Ministry of Urban Renewal is pushing to create more inclusive workplaces, starting with a job fair designed with persons with disabilities. The event, held today at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium, provided participants with hands-on training in resume writing, interview preparation, and job readiness in hopes of connecting more Bahamians with employment opportunities. Our Evelyn Ferguson has the story.
Urban Renewal Minister Lisa Ramming says inclusion isn't just a conversation, it's the law, while urging employers to open their doors to persons with disabilities and give them a fair opportunity to join the workforce. Minister Ramming says the goal is to turn policy into practice by encouraging employers to embrace inclusive hiring. The initiative is part of a new effort to make employment opportunities more accessible for persons with disabilities across the Bahamas.
We wanted to open up opportunities for others. And so I put together a team and I gave them the task. I want you to go out there, find employers who's going to buy into this vision. You know, the employment act says that all employers should at least hire 1% of persons living with disability.
And showing up in full support was Labour and Public Service Minister Pia Glover Roll. She explains why efforts like this matter.
This event reflects our administration's commitment to creating opportunities, expanding access, and ensuring that no Bahamian is left behind.
Job seekers like DeSanti Oliver says the fair proves that ability goes far beyond physical limits.
You don't know what they could do. You don't know what they could bring to the table. You don't know what kind of jobs they could do. They might be disability and be disabled, but they also have good knowledge.
And co-signing that belief is president of the Bahamas Alliance for the Visually Impaired, Preshel Ramsey, who says the biggest challenge isn't the work itself. It's changing how people see the word disability.
Before the PSP program came along, the biggest challenge I faced was the stigma of the word disability. Sometimes when people have the word disability, they feel that means you have an inability to work. But what they fail to realize is we push more because of the fact that we have that stigma already attached to our name. So disability doesn't stop you from doing anything. It's your mindset.
It's about proving that ability matters more than labels. And organizers say the real measure of success will be when inclusion becomes the rule, not the exception. Reporting for Our News, I'm Evelyn Ferguson.
Great initiative. Thanks so much, Evelyn. Well, a fiery scene unfolding in Grand Bahama last night when a vehicle burst into flames at the busy intersection of East Sunrise Highway and East Atlantic Drive. The blaze, which erupted just steps away from a gas station, quickly drew the attention of passers-by and raised concerns about public safety. Before firefighters arrived, one individual was seen bravely attempting to contain the fire using a fire extinguisher. We are unsure if the man was the owner of that vehicle. The cause of the blaze has not yet been determined. While the community of Grand Bahama continues to take a proactive stance this hurricane season. Just recently, both the private and government sectors partnered for a disaster management workshop held at the Pelican Bay Hotel last week. The theme of the training session was, "Without resilience, one big wave can change everything." The island's manager for tropical shipping, Tavon Gibson, sharing with our news team his experiences living in Marsh Harbor, Abaco during Hurricane Dorian. He says the response needed following a storm is not the responsibility of a single agency.
We put together a disaster management workshop more so to bring the private and public sector to collaborate in terms of how would we prepare and how to respond if a disaster was to hit. So I think the workshop really, put things in perspective.
And Freeport's Chief Counselor, Kendall Culmer, says the preparedness workshop was not solely focused on hurricane readiness, but also included strategies for managing any natural disaster.
Some of the highlights was knowing that all of the agencies are prepared. They seem very prepared. They've been preparing from season to season, and it's reassuring to hear all of the stakeholders say that they're ready for whatever comes to Grand Bahama. We're prepared. We're hoping nothing happens, but the best thing to do is always be ready.
Great advice to stay prepared, Grand Bahama. Well, we've still got more to come, but for now, meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg, how's it looking?
Yeah, thanks, Megan, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Much improved conditions across the islands. We did have some rumbles of thunder early this morning and some showers, and it looks as though things are quieting down as most of the activities push west of us. 85 degrees outside our studios with some passing clouds. We have a bit of a breeze, east winds at 13 miles per hour. It feels like temperature still hanging out in the 90s. It feels like 95 degrees on the outdoors. Temperatures right now around the chain of islands. It's 89 in Freeport, Grand Bahama. We pick up 83s, Marsh Harbour, Abaco, over in Governor's Harbour, Luthra. 84s in Alistown, Bimini, Great Harbour, Key, the Berry Islands, and over in Nicholstown, North Andros. Central Bahamas, 84, Kemps Bay. And you do have some showers and isolated thunderstorms nearby. Black Point, Exuma, 83. We pick up 85s. Arthurstown, Kid Island, Coburn Townsend, Salvador, and also into Georgetown, 84 there. Pair of 86s, Port Nelson, Rumkey, and Deadman's Long Island into Southeast Bahamas, 85. Duncantown, Ragged Island, and a string of 86s. Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Abrahams Bay, Meguana, Matthewtown, Inagua, and our good neighbors to the southeast, Turks and Caicos Islands. Satellite radar composite, well, we got rid of most of the moisture across the area. It's pushed well west of us across Florida, but we have an upper level disturbance and a weak surface trough drifting through the central and southeast Bahamas that will continue to track towards the west, bringing us some more shower activity across mainly the northwest Bahamas by tomorrow, and we expect some gradual clearing for the weekend. But if you have plans once again for the outdoors for tomorrow, you may want to have that rain gear nearby, as we could see 1 or 2 thunderstorms and some shower activity. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. We'll take a second look at our weather later on in the newscast.
Coming up in sports, if you want to track and field, because of course you do, you're in the right spot. We got CACs leading the way, but there's a whole lot more.
Paradise Games just opened a new location on Prince Charles.
Yeah, where? I drive Prince Charles every day.
Right in the Solomon Springs Plaza.
Oh, yeah, I know the plaza. So when they open?
They open Monday to Sunday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Well, let me hurry up and get there right now to catch this late Miami tree ball. You know my boy turning 30. I gotta try catch this number before it falls.
Girl, let me come with you. Lake Miami, here we come.
Paradise Games, where every spin is a chance to win. Paradise Games reminds you to please game responsibly.
You or a loved one currently under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Our compassionate team is committed to patients and their loved ones. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept all major insurance. With 2 locations to serve you, at Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street, we also ship to the Family Islands. Visit us on Facebook or call Ports at 377-1771.
Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700, 200,000 in cash and prizes, with winners on different islands. Collect. Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700. You could win free bears, take a sip and collect merchandise. Matter says, I pop mine at I pop mine at win free bears at Andros. Check your cap, collect. Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700. You could win free bears, take a sip and collect merchandise. Matter says, drink responsibly, boy.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. It was the slimmest of margins. Whatever the clock said, the race was even tighter than that. Tanisha Cartwright was this close to a medal at the CAC Games, and we haven't seen a result that close and that upsetting since David Neville dove ahead of Chris Brown at the Beijing Olympics in 2008. Still not over it, but I digress.
Cartwright ran a season's best 12.99 in the women's 100-meter hurdles final, but missed out on a medal by 9,000ths of a second. The 12.99 was the exact same official time as Paula Vasquez of Puerto Rico, but when the photo finish was reviewed, Vasquez got the bronze in 12.981. Cartwright was clocked to 12.990. That's the difference between standing on the podium and having to watch someone else. Cartwright qualified for the final with the 4th fastest time in the field. Over in the discus, Taraj Hudson produced his best throw of the meet at 54.76 meters, good enough for 5th place. And in the men's 200 meters, Ian Kerr clocked 20.89, finishing 13th overall. Team Bahamas continues competition in Santo Domingo in athletics, equestrian, and sailing.
JJ messed around and almost got a triple-double. The point center move could be next. Definitely got some Jokic to her game.
She was a few assists away from a triple-double, and somehow it still felt like just another day at the office. The reigning All-Star MVP put together her 12th double-double of the season, 14 points, 15 boards, and a season-high 7 assists to lead the New York Liberty past the Chicago Sky 89-74. Jonquil was everywhere, putting up numbers on both ends, cleaning the glass, running the offense, and protecting the rim. Forgot to mention the 3 block shots. The win lifts the Liberty to 19-13, keeping them in the thick of the WNBA playoff race as they look to build momentum down the stretch and get back to the finals.
It's been a talking point in the media this season. Some MLB players complaining about how the World Baseball Classic caused them to struggle in the regular season. Don't know what they were on, but definitely not the case for Ian Lewis.
The Miami Marlins prospect put on a show for his Pensacola Blue Wahoos, hammering 2 home runs in a 9-4 win over the Montgomery Biscuits. Numbers 9 and 10 gave Lewis his second 2-homer game of the season. Back in May, he did the exact same thing at legendary Rickwood Field, going deep twice and driving in 4 runs as the Wahoos dropped 23 runs on Birmingham in a game that ended up completely rewriting the franchise record books. Since he signed with the Marlins, Lewis's scouting report will tell you a lot about his speed and defense, but the power numbers are starting to catch up. He now has 10 homers, 24 stolen bases, 26 RBI, and 32 runs scored this season.
That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. At this point, they're trolling us, right? With the headlines and going to the beach, do a tripping. Anyway, sports. Hurdles are clearly our thing now, so as a country, we have to petition harder to get the shuttled hurdle relay into the mainstream. That's a whole gold medal we just leaving on the table.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. As a U.S. Senate committee votes to hold Dr. Fauci in contempt for refusing to answer COVID questions. Plus, an explosion in a Damascus suburb kills at least 1 and wounds several others. And then in tonight's Sustainability First, building a more sustainable Bahamas starts with building a deeper connection to the environment. Our Delvardo Emmanuel explains. We have the details when our news returns.
For 38 years, Struckham Commercial Pest Services has provided trained certified technicians while using environmentally safe, industry-standard products. Pests can devastate your business. Together, we will ensure adequate sanitation standards and safe pest exclusion methods. Uncontrolled pest problems lead to significant financial loss due to food contamination, business disruption, and stock waste. Struckham provides detailed solutions protecting your business and reputation. Struckham, #1 in pest control services.
Rubens has career wear from Casper and Klein and LeSuit that will take you from office perfection to after-hour elegance with professional tailored suiting and business casual pieces. We have your 9-to-5 fit, even in plus. At Rubens, we believe trailblazing women need clothing that will consistently deliver powerful looks that complement their style and confidence. Rubens has workwear for the guys too, with Dockers and Nautica pants, dress shirts, and more to enhance his professional wardrobe. Get dressed up with Rubens, Harbor Bay and Palmdale Plaza, with timeless suiting made to work.
Hey pizza lovers, Marco's Pizza is turning up the heat with new daily deals that are here to stay. Get the trio 1 large, 1 topping pizza, a 2-liter drink, and cheesy bread for just $21. Or double up with the Golden Crust Duo. 2 large, 1 topping pizzas and a 2-liter drink for just $24. Want more? Grab the Magnifico Double. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for just $28. Great pizza, great deals, all day, every day. Available now at Marco's Pizza. Order today.
AssureWin is open 24/7.
You can now top up your AssureWin account anytime online with the online deposit option on AssureWin.com.
Or via any convenient SunCash ATM. Just click the AssureWin selection.
It's quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online. What's your game?
Lotto, casino, or sportsbook.
Win big. It's AssureWin.
Quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. A Senate committee voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress and refer him to the Justice Department for potential prosecution. The party-line vote approving the contempt resolution came a week after Fauci invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination more than 100 times when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. The committee chairman said that constitutional protection did not apply since Fauci last year received a pardon from Democratic President Joe Biden and thus did not have to worry about the threat of prosecution. Fauci and Democrats who opposed the contempt resolution said he had a well-founded fear of self-incrimination, giving a public desire by Republicans to seek his prosecution. Ukraine hit more oil facilities deep inside Russia in overnight attacks, President Volodymyr Zelensky said Thursday, as Kyiv kept up its campaign to undermine Moscow's wartime economy and embarrass the Kremlin. The repeated strikes have caused fuel shortages and rattled Russians. Ukrainians, meanwhile, are enduring regular barrages that Kyiv's depleted air defenses are struggling to counter amid Moscow's 4-year-old full-scale invasion. The Kyiv regime observed an official day of mourning Thursday after a Russian missile and drone blitz killed 17 people the previous day. An explosion in a suburb of the Syrian capital, Damascus, killed at least one person and wounded several others. Syrian state television cited an unnamed security official as saying the explosion was caused by an explosive device planted in a minivan taxi. Syria's health ministry said at least 7 people were wounded, while an AP journalist at the scene of the attack saw one body pulled from the wreckage. Residents and rescue workers rushed to the scene. Witnesses told the AP that there were passengers inside the vehicle that exploded and that the blast rattled the busy commercial street. No group immediately claimed responsibility for the attack. Building a more sustainable Bahamas starts with building a deeper connection to the environment. In tonight's Sustainability First, our Delvado Emmanuel has the story of a Bahamas National Trust program that's giving young people the tools to capture the country's natural beauty while becoming champions for its protection.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
For 4 weeks, 9 Bahamians traded the comfort of their homes for the great outdoors. The nature photography internship hosted by the Bahamas National Trust in partnership with the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources and the Rotary Club of East Nassau combined hands-on photography training with immersive outdoor experiences. Director of Education and Outreach with BNT, Portia Sweeting, says the internship was designed to do more than just spark interest in conservation.
We wanted young people to explore national parks, to become intimately knowledgeable about them, so that they could care about the environment more. They could be better stewards. They now see the wildlife and plants that we protect in national parks through a different lens.
The interns explored nature parks, learned about wildlife. They also spent a few days in Andros where they got to swim in the Blue Hole. One of those students is 19-year-old Harper Roma, who is studying marine conservation in college. He says the program gave him the opportunity to take what he learned in the classroom and apply it in the field.
Going into the environment, taking photos, going and exploring the ecological side of the Bahamas, and really connecting with other young and like-minded Bahamians who are also interested in conservation.
For 16-year-old Cheyenne McKinsey, the daughter of our News Weekend weatherman Ian McKinsey, the experience was just as impactful.
It was a very good experience. I made a lot of new friends. I got to appreciate nature by taking a lot of photos. Marvon was a very good instructor. I just really like being inside of this internship.
Also in attendance at the completion ceremony, Environment and Natural Resources Minister Zane Lightbourne.
For our young people to be excited about nature, about what makes the Bahamas unique, what makes our environment healthy and beautiful for us to enjoy, would cause our tourists to continue to come and for us to continue to break records in terms of persons who want to visit these islands because of its beauty.
Reporting for our news and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Still to come in our news at 7:30, the Foreign Affairs Ministry providing some relief to residents and their vehicles needing to traverse between North and Central Andros. That's coming up when our news continues.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Celebrates the Bahamian spirit, from culture and craft to our reefs and jungle, preserving what's ours, shaping what's next. Like, it's in our hands.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Life is full of complicated things. Trading in the Bahamian stock market doesn't have to be one of them. As a BISIC registered broker, RF Stock Brokerage is your direct line to buying and selling shares in publicly traded companies like AML, Cable Bahamas, Doctors Hospital, and more. And with priority trading and the automatic deposit of your trade proceeds and dividend payments, with RF, you're going to love the way you trade. Get started today at rfgroup.com. RF, money at work.
That does it for our news at 7. We've got more to come in our news at 7:30, but the sounds of cowbells mean it's time for Thursday Evening Friday, sponsored by Kulik. And our entertainment correspondent, Danielle Miller, is getting the weekend started over on Bay Street. And Danny, I understand that you're at somewhere very unique, clearly having a good time.
Hey, Megan, I am at the Monarchy. I had to get a second job because I want to go to crop over next year, and I'm not too sure if the company will pay for it, but I'll be ready no matter what happens. But I am here. I'm learning how to pour draft beer. This is the largest tap room
in the city of Nassau.
In the city of Nassau, and this is my cousin. So when y'all come in here, make sure y'all tell them, hey, Danielle sent me here. My cousin, once again, is not going to give y'all a discount or anything for free in the Monarchy, but remember, it sounds great. All right, guys and gals, as you know, in our 7:30 p.m. broadcast will be our official report on entertainment news, and guess where it'll be? Right here at the Monarchy. All right, deuces. Until next weekend, back to you in studio.
Now, Danny, you just got back and you are already planning the next trip?
I don't know who's approving these trips. We're going to have a long conversation with them. But what a fantastic way to kick off the weekend.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot, Megan. Well, among the many stories coming up tonight, we're definitely going to take you back to the Monarch. So here's a look now at your latest headlines. First tonight on our News Live at 7:30, the bridge in Andros may be closed indefinitely, but a newly commissioned ferry service has now reconnected commuters on that island. Plus,
Plus,
I'm certain that very shortly you'll see more movement with the cannabis legislation.
A progress report on movement towards regularizing cannabis. And then a man out on bail admits to skipping 247 mandatory police check-ins in a single year. We've got the story. And later, it's the answer to beating the summer heat. Inside the largest tap room on the island, every drink is served on draft. Our news live at 7:30 starts in a moment.
That part hard to get, you know.
Unless you go to wimauto.com.
Man, anybody get up website, man. How you know that's the right part?
On wimauto.com, you can enter the year, make, model, and engine size of your vehicle and choose the part that you need.
This is a Japanese car.
You can shop for that on our website.
What about chemicals?
Yep.
Car accessories?
Yep.
Tools?
Actually, yeah.
Plumbing, electrical, and grocery?
If we sell it, it's on our website. Don't worry, we don't have mechanics.
Oh, thank goodness.
Save time and shop with confidence with wimauto.com.
Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bam bam bang. Bing bang bing. Bam bam. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang.
Enter any Super Value or Quality Supermarkets location and you enter a world of savings with specials like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12 ounces, $2.39. Par Excellence Long Grain Rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. Whole Chicken Wings, $1.79 per pound. Fresh Tomatoes, $1.99 per pound. Iceberg Lettuce, $2.49 each. Forget the GPS, drop the compass, and turn off the maps. If you're looking to shop and save, you're looking for Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Sun, sea, good friends. And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Welcome to our news and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Italia Hall tonight. We begin this half hour in Andros and the latest on that bridge closure in Fresh Creek. The Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs announcing a temporary solution with a ferry service for vehicles needing to go back and forth between North and Central Andros. The bridge was closed on Tuesday after viral videos showed serious cracks and failing infrastructure. Some of those images leading to widespread concern for the safety of passengers using it daily. Now it's been a long-time lifeline for residents and businesses across Central Andros. And on Tuesday, a team of engineers from the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs visited the site and officially closed it. The plan is to set up a temporary bridge within the next 2 months until a permanent one can be built. But for now, the ferry is expected to provide some relief until that temporary bridge is in place. A progress report on whether the Davis administration is making any headway with medical cannabis. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville believes that they've cleared a major hurdle. Our Janasa Outen joins us live in studio tonight with more on this story. Janasa, what can you tell us?
Jerome, we are finally getting an update. The Bahamas is finally making headway on its long-delayed cannabis industry. After years of promises and stalled legislation, Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville says movement is on the horizon. Here's what's being promised and what it could mean for the country.
I'm certain that very shortly you'll see more movement with the cannabis legislation and the cannabis authority and the cannabis industry in the country. But we are plotting the way forward.
After months of delays, Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville says the government has secured the digital platform needed to regulate the industry. And Dr. Darville says it's a major move. The legislative framework for medical cannabis was passed in 2024, legalizing its use for medical, scientific, and religious purposes. but the rollout was stalled as officials worked to find a digital system to manage the licensing, track cannabis from seed to sale, and ensure the industry operates securely.
We finally have in our possession and signed a contractual agreement with a company called Matrix, which will provide the digital platform for the entire cannabis industry, the licensing platform to monitor cannabis from seed to sale, and also monitoring all the various different licenses.
The platform will process license applications, track cannabis throughout the supply chain, and manage medical e-prescriptions. It will also form the backbone of the Cannabis Authority, which will oversee the industry and ensure compliance. But while the medical industry moves closer to the launch, recreational cannabis remains illegal. Industry from mixing with the illegal market.
That is necessary to monitor prescriptions for movement of prescription from the doctor's office electronically to the pharmacy or to the cannabis dispensary, and to develop all the compliance mechanisms necessary to ensure that the medical industry for cannabis that's running concurrently with an illegal industry, there's no interaction and no spillover on each direction.
Now, Jerome, while there is still no official date for when license applications will open or when dispensaries will begin operating, the signing of this agreement represents one of the biggest steps yet toward getting the Bahamas medical cannabis industry up and running. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Archanasa, out tonight bringing us the very latest on that story that has certainly been out of the headlines for a while, but certainly with this new information, we are sure has become front and center again. Well, tonight, new data by the National Health Insurance Authority on sexually transmitted diseases shows a double-digit increase in STD cases over the last year. The authority's CEO, Christy Butler, releasing the numbers during a meet and greet with the press this morning. The most startling numbers was the nearly 50% jump in HIV cases. That's just for starters.
We also saw last year a 44% increase in the HIV and AIDS cases. We had 354 cases. This is a result of more people coming in to have their visits, more screening, more reporting. We also saw an increase of 9.6% of total STD diagnosis, and syphilis went up by 23%.
Now, the numbers released today highlight an alarming trend in the spread of STDs. NHI officials are hoping proper education is the answer.
We have to make sure that this information is available to the Bahamian public, to our beneficiaries, so that they can practice safe sex and have healthier habits. All right? Ages 25 to 44 accounted for the highest proportion of STD cases.
Moving forward now to some court news. A 26-year-old Eleuthera man who failed to check in with police for a year and a half while on bail for housebreaking, stealing and receiving is back in jail tonight for failing to meet his bail requirements. But the disturbing part of the story is the number of missed police check-ins. Carlos Wilson of Gregory Town, Eleuthera, admitted to skipping 247 check-ins between January 2025 and this July. He made the admission when he appeared before Senior Magistrate Raquel Wims. Wilson also admitted to not charging his ankle monitor between May 2026 to July. That's for 92 days. This is the latest in a series of incidents where accused or those on probation are failing to show up for bail check-ins with police. The most serious involved a suspect who is now accused of killing a witness in his robbery case. The Minister of National Security, Miles LaRota, confirming for reporters recently that it is the incidents are subject to investigation. The government says it is strengthening its efforts in protecting the environment by assigning a dedicated police prosecutor to handle environmental cases. The move comes as officials prepare to crack down on illegal dumping, abandoned vehicles, and other environmental health offences. Providing an update, Environment and Natural Resources Minister Zane Lightburn announced that the police force has assigned a dedicated prosecutor. Now, Lightburn also revealing that the government will soon introduce new fines to strengthen enforcement and improve compliance.
The
The spot fines that we have initiated under DEP is for more of the larger environmental infractions, but under the Department of Environmental Health, these ones we just passed some regulation to impose these spot fines, and so we are working with agencies who can help us to detect and also to initiate these fines so we can take them to environmental court.
Now, the announcement is part of a wider government push to clean up communities across the country. Lightburn says his ministry is working with the Ministries of Works, Housing and Urban Renewal to promote to remove derelict vehicles from neighborhoods to approved sites.
We don't want people to become comfortable in their communities with persons accumulating vehicles, derelict vehicles in their property and starting little garages. So as they complain, we're sending law enforcement to address these persons and taking them ultimately to environmental court. This is not only a danger to what we see, but things unseen, like our underground water table, because over time, the deterioration because of weathering and just the breakdown of these vehicles lead to possible liquids getting into the ground. They harbor rats, they're subject to criminal activity, and so we're asking the public's help.
All right, time now for your first look at temperatures across the country. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center tonight. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Jerome, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Warm conditions on the outside. 85 degrees is our current temperature with some passing clouds. We have a bit of a breeze out there. East winds at 30 miles per hour. It feels like temperature is at 95 degrees. Satellite radar composite, moisture across the area now pushing towards the west. Most of the thunderstorm and shower activity really across Florida and into the Gulf of Mexico. But we have an upper level disturbance and a weak surface trough moving through the central and southeast Bahamas. That will continue to track towards the west, bringing us some more showers and thunderstorm activity across mainly the northwest Bahamas. Some of that could make it in the central Bahamas tomorrow as well. So if you have plans for the outdoors, you may want to keep the rain gear handy. Once it gets out of here, Saturday and Sunday looks pretty nice. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. We'll take a look at the tropics and your extended forecast when we come back.
And still to come on our news tonight, a step towards improving long-term health care.
If you get primary health care right, you find yourself in a position to better clinical outcomes for patients who really become sick.
Plus, it feels like a living room. The wooden furniture, party games, and antique photographs. But take a closer look. It's the largest tap room on the island. That's coming up when our news returns.
So you need a part for your car.
You need a water pump for 2014 Honda Accord. Don't worry, man. I can send you to my boy. You could be straight.
But his boy isn't WimAuto.com.
Hello?
You say you looking for a water pump, right? They made you question if you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, man. This cool.
It did not. Luckily, WimAuto.com lets you search for parts by year, make, and model.
Found it.
Plus, you can pay online for pickup or next weekday delivery.
I have a guy for that. Actually, a website.
Save time and shop with confidence on WimAuto.com.
I get it. You can order stuff on WimAuto.com and pay for it online.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Online is just the first step.
They have next weekday delivery in Nassau, Monday to Friday.
What if I don't live in Nassau?
WimAuto.com will send it to the mailbox.
What if I don't want nobody knowing where I live?
They have a store.
What if I don't want to come inside because I don't like air conditioning?
They have a drive-thru.
If you love WimAuto.com so much, why don't you just marry it?
If Wim Auto starts selling fries, we're going to have to reassess this entire relationship.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
It's hailed as a major step in strengthening long-term health care. Health Minister Dr. Michael Dowell joined regional and international partners in signing the Alliance on Primary Health Care in the Americas Memorandum of Understanding. While signing that historic agreement, Dowell said a strong primary health care system is essential to improving patient outcomes. It's been a major focus of this government's efforts in the last 5.5 years.
Primary health care is the backbone of any healthcare system. If you get primary health care right, you find yourself in a position to better clinical outcomes for patients who really become sick. And so for the last 4.5 years, we've been working in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to strengthen primary health care. You realize that we finally have universal health care coverage, primary health care coverage by NHI. Again, laying the foundation for the healthcare system as we move into more complex parts of the healthcare system like catastrophic care.
Now, the health minister says the new alliance will provide the support needed to build on that foundation, adding that partnering with organizations like the Inter-American Development Bank, the World Bank, and the Pan-American Health Organization will help the country transition from expanding primary care to tackling more complex health needs.
This particular signing paves the way for our national health strategy that was completed in our last term in office. And now by partnering with the IDB, the World Bank, and the Pan American Health Organization for this alliance, we realize that this will be the formula and the glue necessary for us to take us to the next step where we can now move from universal primary health care and start focusing on catastrophic care.
Coming up in sports, the Chicago Cubs had a lot of transactions last week. Still waiting on the most important one, though. But BJ Murray is back on the prospect list, so there's that. And the year of milestones for combat sports continues. We look back at Karahana's path to Commonwealth Games bronze.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4 get 1 free sale. Free monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories and character work desks. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back to school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back to school special. Restrictions apply. Sun, sea, good friends. And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Every great future begins with a strong foundation. For the last 10 years, you've helped us build one rooted in connection, trust, and community. Now it's our turn to build something for you.
10 years ago, we've laid the foundation for something bigger. Today, we're still connecting, still transforming, and we're built for more decades of innovation.
And because you've been a part of this journey, we're celebrating the people that has helped us build it every step of the way.
Alive turns 10 and we're celebrating. Customers have a chance to win cash prizes, travel experiences, plus one lucky winner will drive away in a brand new car.
Complete the following transactions, follow us on social media, and celebrate Alive turning 10 with us. After all, it's good to be alive.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. It was the slimmest of margins. Whatever the clock said, the race was even tighter than that. Tanisha Cartwright was this close to a medal at the CAC Games, and we haven't seen a result that close and that upsetting since David Neville dove ahead of Chris Brown at the Beijing Olympics in 2008. Still not over it, but I digress. Cartwright ran a season's best 12.99 in the women's 100-meter hurdles final, but missed out on a medal by 0.09 of a second. The 12:99 was the exact same official time as Paulo Vasquez of Puerto Rico, but when the photo finish was reviewed, Vasquez got the bronze in 12.981. Cartwright was clocked at 12.990. That's the difference between standing on the podium and having to watch someone else. Cartwright qualified for the final with the 4th fastest time in the field. Over in the discus, Taraj Hudson produced his best throw of the meet at 54.76 meters, good enough for 5th place. And in the men's 200 meters, Ian Kerr clocked 20.89, finishing 13th overall. Team Bahamas continues competition in Santo Domingo in athletics, equestrian, and sailing. JJ messed around and almost got a triple-double. The point center move could be next. Definitely got some Jokic to her game. She was a few assists away from a triple-double, and somehow it still felt like just another day at the office. The reigning All-Star MVP put together her 12th double-double of the season, 14 points, 15 boards, and a season-high 7 assists to lead the New York Liberty past the Chicago Sky 89-74. Jonquil was everywhere, putting up numbers on both ends, cleaning the glass, running the offense, and protecting the rim, forgot to mention the 3 block shots. The win lifts the Liberty to 19-13, keeping them in the thick of the WNBA playoff race as they look to build momentum down the stretch and get back to the finals. It's been a talking point in the media this season. Some MLB players complaining about how the World Baseball Classic caused them to struggle in the regular season. Don't know what they were on, but definitely not the case for Ian Lewis. The Miami Marlins prospect put on a show for his Pensacola Blue Wahoos, hammering 2 home runs in a 9-4 win over the Montgomery Biscuits. Numbers 9 and 10 gave Lewis his second 2-homer game of the season. Back in May, he did the exact same thing at legendary Rickwood Field, going deep twice and driving in 4 runs as the Wahoos dropped 23 runs on Birmingham in a game that ended up completely rewriting the franchise record books. Since he signed with the Marlins, Lewis's scouting report will tell you a lot about his speed and defense, but the power numbers are starting to catch up. He now has 10 homers, 24 stolen bases, 26 RBI, and 32 runs scored this season. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. At this point, they're trolling us, right? But the headlines and going to the beach do trip in. Anyway, sports. Hurdles are clearly our thing now, so as a country, we have to petition harder to get the shuttled hurdle relay into the mainstream. That's a whole gold medal we just leaving on the table.
And still to come tonight,
we're here to give the Bahamas and the world an elevated beverage experience.
Inside the largest tap room on the island, plus heading into the weekend, Greg is back with your extended weather forecast. Stay with us.
Celebrates the Bahamian spirit, from culture and craft to our reefs and jungle, preserving what's ours, shaping what's next. Like, it's in our hands.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
This is our news. Welcome back. First, a look at the tropics, where things still remain quiet. A lot of Saharan dust out there keeping things rather quiet for us. I have a couple of tropical waves moving across the tropical belt, one moving off of Africa, another one in the central Atlantic. And of course, Those will continue to track towards the west, not showing any organization at this time. Gulf of Mexico and the Western Caribbean quiet, as well as some of the shower activity associated with a disturbance across the Florida area and the surface trough across the Bahamas. Still keeping us with a wet weather pattern. Most of the activity is waning as most of the bulk of the moisture actually is moving towards the west. That upper level low and that surface trough will be tracking towards the west, bringing us some shower and thunderstorm activity, and that will continue to track towards the west. Future forecast showing that pretty nicely through tonight and into tomorrow. Most of the moisture staying up across the northwest Bahamas, some of it creeping into the central Bahamas through Friday with that upper level disturbance, and then by Saturday, out of here, most of the activity across Florida, and Sunday looks much improved. Hotter temperatures expected during that time frame. Boating forecast for the northwest and central Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Caution flags still in place for the Atlantic side. East to southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be running 2 to 4 feet locally, but building up to 6 feet in Atlantic waters. Low tide is at 8:51 tonight. The high tide takes place at 2:46 in the morning. Southeast Bahamas, caution flag remains in place for you guys. Easterly winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas will be running 4 to 6 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep the shower activity going through Friday, tapering off on Saturday. Much improved conditions beginning the later part of the weekend and into early next week. Temperatures were in the 80s most of the day, but by next week we expect those temperatures to be back in the 90s. Triple-digit indices expected during that time as well. That's your look at weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Well, the recent Emancipation holiday weekend was unusually busy in Grand Bahama, due in part to the Best End, the 4th annual West End Homecoming and Boat Race. Hundreds made the trip to West Grand Bahama for the family-friendly celebration. Among those taking in the festivities was Grand Bahama Island Promotion Board Representative Jillian Williams.
I'm really excited about this event. You know, West End is such an integral part of Grand Bahama, and to have the West End boat race happening today on this really great Emancipation Day, it's just such an amazing thing. It's a fun day. It's an amazing turnout, and I'm looking forward to it being even better.
Now, our camera is also catching up with West Grand Bahama MP Kingsley Smith, who called the impressive turnout and strong participation in the boat race a clear sign that the tradition continues to gain momentum.
This is our 4th annual West End Homecoming and Boat Race. I'm pleased, I'm happy to see how it's growing. Also, the boaters' participation is even better this year. You know, all we're trying to do is bring West End back to where it was before. In the 1980s, remember this was the biggest event on the island of Grand Bahama. When we had the old boys like Artis Neely, Junior Grant, Nick Stewart, and you name them, it's them would bring boat racing into West End. And so it's only fitting to see today that this generation are the ones who are reviving it.
It's like an amazing event. Well, it's one of the newest hotspots on the island that's infused a contemporary good time with the country's rich past, all with draft beverages. Our Danielle Miller explains in this report tonight.
For far too long, persons have been putting out these regular bars where you go and grab a bottle, grab a can. We said, no. We're here to give the Bahamas and the world an elevated beverage experience.
And with that idea, Cherie Cardis Clark founded the Monarchy. Reportedly the largest taproom on New Providence Island, every drink is served on draft.
We serve locally manufactured beers, but we also specialize in putting beverages on draft. We're the only place in the entire world you can find Rude Boy on draft. You can find margaritas on draft. You can find Sky Juice on draft.
Enhancing the taproom's charm is its decor. Reminiscent of a family living room, it boasts wooden furniture, party games, and antique photographs, including an image of the country's first Prime Minister, Sir Lyndon Pindling, with a then Prince Charles, taken in 1973. Clark noted that they were deliberate in incorporating the country's vibrant history, even to the extent of choosing the name, the Monarchy.
For almost 300 years, from December 12, 1718, the Bahamas was known as the Bahama Isles, and Woodes Rogers came here with one goal and one goal only: expel the pirates, restore the commerce. And we're here to honor that legacy and do it right here on Bay Street in the city of Nassau.
Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thank you, Denny. Now, if I don't do anything else over the next few days, I'm definitely going to check out that spot. Looks like an exciting walk down memory lane. Thank you so much for that story. And thank you for joining us tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jerome Sawyer. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Until then, you have yourself a wonderful evening.